Hi, this is Joe, founder of Influential Presentation. I've been doing training and speaking from the stage since 2003. Okay, and I totally understand that speaking to a cold audience can be a daunting task. So in this video, I'm going to share with you this presentation techniques on warming up cold audience and getting them to participate during your presentation. But before we get into it, do click on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel, and I would greatly appreciate your nice gesture. And when you first got onto the stage, the first thing you want to do is to warm up your audience. But watch your gradient. Okay, doing too much right away is going to backfire. So I was in the audience seat once, okay, and this speaker got one person up onto the stage to do an activity with him before we were even warm up to him. Okay, you know how awkward it is to be on stage doing some funny movements when you are not ready and when you didn't volunteer, right? And I can see how reluctant this person is, but this speaker continued to force him up, and this person just got turned off, and the entire situation set the room in an awkward energy. Okay, and then the audience will be afraid to be called upon because they think it is going to be embarrassing. And I know some speakers who are thinking of warming up the audience by getting them to do some movements or some sharing. But if you did not watch the gradient, you are basically throwing a frog into a boiling water, okay, and the frog will jump instead of being cooked. Okay, so plan your session according to the gradient. And it is important to prep your audience. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to warm up your audience. Ready? So step 1, greet your audience. It's so simple, right? But I have seen speakers not doing it. And sometimes I don't do it as well, but I have my reason. Okay? And that's not the topic in this video. So greetings may seem like being polite. Okay, you meet someone, you greet this person. This is what we do all the time, right? So anyone to do the same with your audience, isn't it? Right? But not exactly right. There's a reason why you greet your audience. And the reason is more than just being polite. And that brings us to step number 2. Now, step 2, wait for response. Now, many, and I really mean many presenters continue right away after they greet the audience. So let's rewind a bit, okay? You meet someone, you greet this person, and then what happened? You will love this person to greet you back, isn't it? But how come many speakers don't wait for the audience to greet them back? Okay? For whatever reason, I'm not here to answer that, but for you, after watching this video, apply this. Wait for your audience to greet you back. And why do I ask you to do that? Okay? Waiting for a response is basically framing the audience to an interactive session. And if you move on without waiting for a response, you are telling your audience they don't have to respond in this session. So after waiting for a response, we move on to step number 3, ask for a response. Now this is an important step, giving the nail a final knot. Okay, this step sets the pace of your presentation. Now 100% of the time, you will not be satisfied with the greetings from your audience. Agree? They are too soft. Okay, some are still in hibernation mode. Some are still wondering what is happening. Okay, so ask your audience to do a second greeting, a better one this time. Okay, and most presenters will let them off after the first greeting, which is usually a poor response. But if you do that, you are telling them that it is okay with such poor response. You are also telling yourself you can accept this kind of response rate. Okay, your bar is set too low if you can accept that. Okay, asking for the second and a better greeting is sending a message to everyone, including yourself, that they are required to respond at 100%. So these 3 steps alone will set the audience up for more participation later. Okay, so is it easy to ask for a greeting? Yeah. Okay, is it a high gradient to ask for a greeting? No. Is it embarrassing? Absolutely not. So the audience just continue to sit there without moving, only greeting in unison, and some will even smile while giving you their second greetings. So these 3 steps are essential because if you jump right into step 4, you will not have everyone participating. Alright, so notice that these 3 steps of framing are done subtly, warming them up without embarrassing anyone or making them move around too much. Okay, now your audience is lukewarm. Okay, now you can turn the heat up a little. So step 4, explicit framing. Okay, at step 4, you tell them outright what you want them to do. Participation, moving around, sharing, interaction. Okay, this is what you can tell your audience. In this session, I'd like you to participate fully because is everyone okay with that? Now you got their agreement. Okay, you need to test it. So step 5, context before the test. Now this is the step that many amateur speakers will miss. They skip this step and go right into the warming up movement. Now still too early to do that. Okay, remember every step is to bring your audience to 100% participation. So step 5 is to explain to your audience the reason why they are encouraged to do the next simple activity. Okay, people are more motivated when they know the reason, when they know the why. Alright, so after explaining the reason, have them agree with you again. And so it is one thing when you tell them, it is another thing when they tell themselves. Okay, so a simple example here. Okay, let's say the next activity is to have them shake hands with the people beside them. So this is what I will say. We are going to be here for the next 2 hours or so, and there could be some opportunities around in the next 2 hours. And these opportunities could come from the people in this room because you never know who is here, okay, what opportunities they brought with them. Agree? So how many of you agree with me when it comes to opportunities? Sometimes it's not about who you know, but who knows you, right? So did you get that? Okay, explaining the reason, explaining the why, and get them to agree with you. And step 6, execute the warming up. If you have done the previous steps right, this is the easiest step. Okay, this is what I say to my audience. In the next 1 minute, you have an opportunity to make new friends. Okay, get some people to know you. Create some opportunities together. And opportunities can be created when 2 aligned persons come together. Agree? So 1 minute, turn to the person next to you and introduce yourself. Ready, set, go. If you skip the first 4 steps and jump right into step 6, you are unable to command 100% of them. Okay, maybe the first front few will do it, but you lose the side and the back rows. Okay, so follow this step 1 to 6 to gradually warm your audience up. Okay, this way you will have an easier time and your audience will have a more enjoyable time with you. Okay, so if you learned something from this video, do give me a like and subscribe to my channel. And also I would like to hear from your views, so do leave your views in the comment section below. And thank you for watching this video. I'll see you the next round.